Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bias Football Takes. We have a returnee in Ayotunde Adenike. And I was just walking on the road, I was just strolling, and I saw somebody on the road. He looks like somebody I know. And he called himself Obina. I don't know, I just found him. I like, I'm going to follow you to your house since you have refused to come and join us in our humble abode. So I've got to go and camp in his house to record this episode. Finally, I found him. The prodigal son, the returnee.
I'm here. Hello, everyone. I know you guys have missed me. You've been telling me that you've missed me, and I'm here. And, let's have a good time.
He went for 30 December and doesn't want to return anymore.
30 December. Anyway, let's focus on what we're here for.
Focus.
Please. How are you guys doing? Well, before we jump in, how are you guys doing?
What are you asking? Is it me or Ayotunde?
Both of you now. Yeah, you start. Start. How are you?
So the last time you were here, Ayotunde became a potential. What do you call that now? Serious man, Abi. What do you call it?
He's on the market, Abi.
I mean, technically, yes. On his way.
Yeah, congrats, brother. Congrats.
This is transfer season, so
that's what I'm saying. You signed contract now. Long-term contract.
Long-term contract.
No, congrats. We wish you and your team all the best.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
This is the serious team.
So when are you signing your own contract?
So today we're talking about we'll do the APL midweek review because there's some games this midweek. Then Klopp announces he's leaving Liverpool. Interesting. Xavi leaving Barcelona. Very, very, I don't know, ridiculous. Then we'll touch on a few games on AFCON, the most interesting, I'll say, ball tournament ever in the world. Then on our main topic today will be FFP. And in our usual fashion, we would end the show with the weekend review and weekend review of EPL and AFCON. So, Obina, Klopp says he's leaving in Liverpool. How do you feel?
No, I mean, look, as they say, the only thing that's permanent in life is change. There's nobody. When he came to Liverpool, he promised them that he would give them metallic football, or how did you describe it? But essentially, fast-paced, exciting, football, and he has delivered. Right, Liverpool have not won the league in about 30 years. He won them the league. He won them the Champions League. Against who they beat in that final? So Madrid,
No, Madrid. How?
No, Madrid they lost to Madrid. Yeah,
anytime they met Madrid in Champions League, Madrid always beat.
Yeah, why are you sounding so excited? No, they lost.
I'm happy now.
They got to the Champions League final. They lost to Madrid, and then they beat City. Yeah,
they lost to Madrid twice in finals.
Wait, yeah, but they beat City in the final.
No, they didn't beat
What
City
did they beat in the final? Why am I?
It was Spurs.
Spurs, that's right. Yeah. No, I know that. Yeah, Spurs. Even though that final, they didn't play well, but yeah, you're right. They beat Spurs in the final. That's right. No, but and he has changed the feel, the vibe around the club. Nobody looks at Liverpool when a season is about to start. One of the teams that are considered contenders is Liverpool. Liverpool is now up there with the big boys again. So honestly, coaching is a very, very. Oh, he also got his teeth fixed and white teeth.
That is a big achievement.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So,
Firmino's guy. Everybody went
exactly.
to Firmino's guy.
So, like, I think at the end of the day, everybody can leave the situation happy, right? Mo Salah, when Mo Salah went to Liverpool, like, Klopp has made Mo Salah now a world known. I mean, Salah was, a big player, but at Liverpool and under Klopp especially, like he has just transformed himself. The team now, this is another iteration of Klopp's Liverpool, and they are still performing well. Obviously, they had the dip after they won the league. That's understandable given the fact that they pushed this Man City team for, I believe, three consecutive seasons, to very, very close points. So honestly, man, coaching is not an easy task. And if he says it's time, we have to understand, give him his flowers, and watch until the end of the season and see what Liverpool can do, because they are they are 5 points clear now, and it'll be it'll be a great and an amazing feat if he can end the season on a high. Although I know that wicked bald man in Manchester has other things to say about it. So to summarize, well done, Klopp, Liverpool, and Liverpool fans. I know you guys have enjoyed this period. You might go back to being the butt of everyone's jokes, but you have had a wonderful manager, and I'm sure every Liverpool fan will feel some degree of sadness, or probably felt some degree of sadness when he announced, and we'll feel it even more come the end of the season. So that's my take on that.
Thank you for the eulogy. Just please.
that was very well said.
I don't please. Ayotunde, how do you feel about him leaving Liverpool?
Honestly, I'm very happy, man. That dude, we saw Shaggy. Whenever we go to Anfield, Shaggy. That's what we see. We see red, like Liverpool colors. Yeah, but just jokes aside, Klopp was, is not was, like, at least he still has like the rest of this season to go. But he's a fantastic coach. Anytime I typically don't enjoy watching Liverpool, but with Klopp in the team, with Klopp coaching this particular team, or since the past 9 years, they've been very exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Like the fast-paced football, the counter press, the goals. It's always, anytime they're playing, it's like it's almost always raining goals. Especially when they had that Firmino, Salah, Mane up front, man. That was one of the deadliest front three in football.
Yeah.
And I think their stats, the stats show it as well. And he made like the right buys. Like you look at Van Dijk coming in. I don't know if Klopp bought Van Dijk, but Van Dijk coming into that squad.
Yeah,
I think Klopp
bought
Mane as well. The way the players performed under him, like you look at Robertson, Trent, like just flying down the flanks, like they're very hard to beat. That team is very hard to beat. I'm happy he's going. It's going to be sad to see him leave the Prem, because it gives Man City that free pass to the title. There's not going to be like a hard contestant, like for Man City. But I'm also happy that he's leaving, because Manchester United will not lose to him again, or lose to Liverpool, hopefully. Like
you just lose to other people, right?
Oh, it's better to lose to other people, not to Liverpool, man. Liverpool's zone was very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like Salah has scored like how many goals? Like double figures in Old Trafford. Like, come on.
You people make it sound like Liverpool pushed City all the way.
Like,
it was only just 2 seasons that happened.
But yeah, it was 2
and
seasons.
won
But those 2 seasons,
they
those
won
2
one.
seasons, I think they hit like, was it 97 points in one season?
And it only happened twice.
Yeah, I mean,
United did it, Arsenal did it. I don't say anything special about what they did, but anyways.
But you know what happened in those 2 seasons? Like, even if Liverpool, United and Arsenal did it, those guys won the league. They didn't win the league.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
I mean, so they did it twice. Granted, yes, they did it, but the first time they didn't win it. But well, aside from this is, I don't know why I'm taking up this job, because now I cannot eat. I have to just push my bias aside and just say he did well for Liverpool. He's been great for Liverpool. I would say in terms of great managers for Liverpool, he's up there because of what he's won and how he went about winning those titles. And his style of football, kind of, I would say, it's novel, but not too much removed from how Liverpool used to play in the past. But he came in and made the right buys, as you guys said, made the right buys. They all clicked. The style, he knew what he wanted to play, and he did. He stuck to his gun, even when he was conceding goals. And he knew that okay, I needed just one player to solidify and consolidate what I have currently by buying Van Dijk and slotted in Van Dijk and Alisson. Both of them slotted in, and they did well. So kudos to him. Thank you, Mr. Klopp.
No, what I will add to that is, one of the things that kills managers and teams, and I guess human beings in general, is not wanting to adapt to the times, right? So his Liverpool has gone through many changes, right? Like when he bought Mane, he bought Van Dijk, he bought Matip, he bought Fabinho. That core, or at least Van Dijk is still there, but most of the players that he had pre-COVID are gone, and now he's using a different set of players. I mean, McAllister is now playing pretty much as a DM, right? Because he didn't get Caicedo, and still they are playing so well. Salah is not around right now. They sold Mane, they sold Firmino, and again, to the point of the nature of transfers, they don't spend a lot of money in Liverpool, but they get their buys most times right. I mean, look at Luis Diaz. That guy is a different beast, and other teams probably saw him, and they were like, well, okay, but Liverpool went swiftly. They got him. Now, obviously, there have been flops. I personally would say that they didn't need to get Oxley Chamberlain. They didn't need to get what's his name, Naby Keita from Leipzig for the price they got him. But all in all, man, shout out to Klopp. Shout out to Klopp.
Anyways,
and they have the biggest flop. Sorry. I think I have it. Okay, it's not a theory. I'm just joking. But I think the guy is so disgusted by Darwin Núñez that he's running away.
That's what I was really texting me.
Really?
Texting me. Yes, yeah. It was like it's only
I've run out of energy.
Bruh, no, that brother
I can't do this anymore.
Nah, that guy is not good. I'm sorry. What? What?
We have a friend of the show that doesn't agree because he has stats, because he has scored goals.
Is this Sam?
Yeah. Yes.
Which goals? Did you see what he jumped back today 4 times? How would he 4 times?
That is bad luck, man.
Bro.
4 times.
Even penalty that you just say, okay, free goal, come and take. They even gave him the ball.
He hit the post. Nah,
Anyways, let me put on my ETA hat.
Okay.
I don't understand why Klopp announced this in the middle of season. I feel like he knows that he's trying to generate compassion, because if you saw the game today, the officiating was atrocious. It was so bad. I don't know what I was watching. I was like, I watched AFCON and I can see the difference. I'm like, what is happening? But now, as a player, as a club, if you face Liverpool, you are fighting, you're playing against the refs and the players. It's so crazy right now. Like it's so ridiculous. But anyways, before we go into deep, let's just do a quick recap of the past games that were played this midweek, Tuesday and Wednesday. Nottingham Forest lost to Arsenal 2-1. Of course, Awoni is back at his goal. Fulham Everton 0-0. Luton Brighton 4-0. You beat Brighton. Crystal Palace Sheffield 3-2. Crystal Palace winning that 3-2. Aston Villa lost to Newcastle 3-1 scandalously. And the games on Wednesday, City Burnley, obviously 3-1. They had to teach their legend a lesson. Tottenham Brentford 3-2. Tottenham won that. I would say they were pushed all the way, but they won that eventually. Liverpool Chelsea. Oh God. 4-1 Chelsea. Those ones. Even though the I would say the officiating was horrible, but Chelsea did not come to play at all today. They didn't come to the party. They're just playing like drunkards. The defense, horrible defending. But that's what you get when I don't know
Chelsea.
I don't know how to explain the experience or what is going on in Chelsea right now, because I had them in my top 4 prediction, but thank God I don't bet, because imagine if I had placed a bet. But we thank God. Obina, you won by luck.
Wait.
Are you happy?
No. I mean, Nottingham Forest. Like it's obvious that we're going to beat them. But for Chelsea Liverpool, I watched that game this afternoon. Oh well, I didn't. Like I had it on the side. I'll be honest. And every time I would just look at the screen, Liverpool is attacking. Chelsea is like they are fighting for their lives. That their keeper today, the guy was making saves. Both became. I'm like no, but Chelsea, they. I don't. Someone said to me that they think that Tuchel cursed the team because of how they treated him, and so they'll keep losing until they apologize to him, something like that. I don't know. I don't know.
That's a cop out. That's a cop out.
I don't
That's
know,
a cop out. They are playing.
but they do. But Nkunku is looking bright. I mean, his goal
Yeah,
was very
that's a just to respond to that. I mean, can't money cancel jazz?
Yeah.
When you cannot cancel juju.
When cannot cancel jazz?
Cancel voodoo.
Please. But yeah, that Nkunku's goal was it was very well taken. Like the way he like Mr. I've never been dribbled in Prem.
Yeah.
Mr. I've never been dribbled. Every year the same stats, and they won't count this one because he wasn't facing him face to face.
Yeah.
He was on his side. That's probably
He's always on the side. He's always on the side.
Always on the side.
But the quick body movement just killed him. Just moved him there. Man.
Yeah, he moved him, man. He moved him. So hopefully Prem counts that as a dribble.
As a dribble, yeah. No,
at 3-0, I just had to just leave the game. Like, this is not serious.
Yeah.
I just stopped watching at 3-0. I'm like, this is not.
No, there was a chance that like I was again Shane. I don't know if you remember if you heard Shane and I having this debate when the transfer happened last year actually. When Mudryk,
there we go again.
Mudryk versus Trossard, and I was like, I'm actually very happy we didn't get that Mudryk. And she was like, "Oh, Arsenal fans are just trying to cope." Yeah.
It's a cop out. It's a cop out.
Okay,
It's nothing. You cannot predict that a player would flop.
No,
because you guys.
But I did. But I
Okay.
did. And
because he didn't come up. Any player that doesn't come to Arsenal say, "Oh, he's never good. He's never good.
No,
he's never good. Regardless, it's not good."
That's not true.
It's always you guys.
Mohamed Kudus, for example. I'm actually very pained that we didn't get Kudus and that we went for Havertz instead.
It's because Kudus is balling now. That's why.
No, but even before, like, anyway, let's not get to that. But yeah, man, Havertz, Mudryk, that brother is not good. That's another player that is not good. Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. I don't know why that team feels like they have to just give their fans high blood pressure for no reason. Because, just although teams sit very deep when they play Arsenal now, so it's hard to break them down. But still, you're 2-0 up. Like, you should not be conceding like that. But all the same, we'll take the 3 points. Again, remember at the start of the season, I told you Tottenham, watch out for those guys. They are tough for contenders.
No, I have a question. Thank you. You said Tottenham. I have a question for both of you.
Yes.
I know you are fans of some managers. So,
yes.
So quickly.
Yeah.
Don't lie. Both of you, don't lie. Mm-hmm. Ayotunde, can you hear me?
I'm listening. Yeah.
Okay. So rank these managers this season. Rank them. Oh no, not this season, but I'll say like
in general.
From from their handwork, what they've done in the past, showing workings. Angie, Arteta, De Zerbi, Michel in Girona, and Alonso.
Wait, well, you have to give it to Postecoglou first of all, because he's the only one of the group you've mentioned. He's the only proven winner. Let me see, in terms of trophies. So you have to give it to him. I mean, it's because you can't. So I always asked a good question. Do you mean this season or from their body of work?
I cannot use body of work because where did he win? So that's if you're using trophy.
So Angie won in, I think Angie won in
Celtic.
Japan. He won in Japan. He won in is it Japan? Yeah, I think Japan. He played in Japan. Then he went to Scotland and won Celtics.
So will you say Gerrard? You really say Gerrard is a great manager because he's doing well in Scotland?
Gerrard, like Steven Gerrard.
Yes.
I mean, but Steven Gerrard came to Prem and flopped. But Angie is like not flopping right now.
Okay, so you just rate, open and rate. Or you want to go first?
Okay, so you said Angie. Wait, you said Angie, Arteta, De Zerbi,
Michel, the Girona manager, and Alonso.
Oh, and Alonso. Okay. I mean, so these are like managers that are trying to break. They are trying to break into stardom, right?
Yes.
So for me, out of all of them, I think based on, I think Angie might be my number one. Angie might be my number one.
I'm surprised.
I like De Zerbi's football, but I don't think he deserves number 2 right now. Just based on, at this point, I would probably put Arteta as number 2, even if he hasn't done too much, in my opinion. And then number three might be De Zerbi. Number 4, I bring in Alonso, and I don't know too much about. And putting Alonso as number 4 because this is like his first season that he is coming to light. I know he's been like 2 years into, I think 2 years into the role right now, but this is the season that is actually like challenging for the championship. And then Girona's coach, I don't know too much about him, but I mean I'll put him as number 5.
Mr. Obina. Mr. Obina, let's have yours. Anyways, to put some perspective to Alonso, right? Alonso took Bayer Leverkusen from relegation zone all the way to the top.
So,
and this guy did it as well, no? What's his name? Eddie
Howe.
I don't know
why my keeps breaking.
Yeah, so quickly your ranking.
So Postecoglou, because he has, I mean, besides the fact that he has won in Japan, Scotland, and Australia, I mean, Tottenham is playing very well. They had a bunch of injuries, and still their style of play didn't change a whole lot.
Just rank. Don't give me story. Just rank, please. Don't give me story.
You have to, okay.
I don't hear story.
Okay.
Just rank.
So Postecoglou, Arteta, I would actually put Alonso, then the Girona coach, then De Zerbi. And really quickly, the reason why I would do those or do the last 2 the way I would do them is because in both their leagues, in Germany and in Spain, these teams are punching well above their weights. Girona, I mean, you're fighting Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico, and you're coming first, or at least as we speak right now. Same thing for Leverkusen. You're playing. They haven't even lost a game all season. When you have the likes of Bayern and Dortmund there, so those 2, and then De Zerbi, yes, he plays attractive football, but his team will always concede. So for me, if you look pretty in the front, but you're not looking nice at the back as well, like, and I don't mean that in any way. Like, if you play lovely football, and they're not even scoring goals. I mean, I just thought it. So I don't know. Brighton, they need to fix a couple of things. So yeah.
We're not talking about Brighton. So
no, but
Angie's
Brighton's
number 1 for
manager.
you.
What do you mean by when I'm talking about Brighton?
So Angie's number 1 for you.
Yeah.
Then who's number 2?
Arteta.
Ateta, okay, and Michel
No,
and Alonso.
Alonso.
Who comes first?
Yeah.
Alonso, then Michel, then Xavi. Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. Let's move on.
Why? Let's hear yours. You can't just ask us and then not say yours.
Oh, mine?
Yes.
Mine, Alonso is number 1. Alonso is number 1. Girona Michel is number 2. Ateta is number 3. Angie is number 4. I'll just give it to him, just by position. Then Xavi the last.
Showing you're a hater, but that's fine.
I will not explain myself.
That's
I will not explain myself.
That's right.
I will not.
So
let's talk about one like I've forgotten what I called Xavi, but I just feel like he's a crybaby because he knew it was going to be sacked after the game that he lost 3-2, 5-3 after they did Ojoro for them, and he came out and says he wants to leave Barcelona. And if he had said, "Okay, you guys, I'm not that good in this position. I want to leave this post. Let another manager come and try." But you now put a caveat that, when I leave now, hopefully the players will be free from bondage. There's so much pressure in this position. You guys, I learned it from the previous managers. They called me and they told me that I expect some of them. Then you now have Mr. Boardhead all the way from Manchester City saying one of the toughest jobs ever is Barcelona job. Ridiculous.
no, so
Ridiculous.
so first of all, I've never rated Xavi as a coach. As in, he's the prime nepo baby of coaching right now because he's not good. The only reason why he got that is because he's a Barcelona. I mean, okay, I guess that happened with Lampard and Gerrard too. So
Yeah,
but,
and only.
I think it's happening to all legends of clubs. Like and you know the problem is I think for coaching, right, and I keep saying this, a lot of all these legends, they want their upcoming player, the people they're coaching, to play like them. And that is exactly why Henry hasn't succeeded as a coach to date, because you know Henry is like one of the best strikers ever, legend of the game. And all of a sudden, you know, he's going to all these clubs coaching and he can't make an impact. Like, when you think about it, man, it's just, it happens to all of them. Maybe even like Gerrard is in Saudi Arabia now. What impact is he making? His team is like,
it's bad there. It's so
it's
bad.
pretty
They're about to
bad
sack him.
that Henderson had to tell him like, yo, I'm not part of this project anymore.
I'm like,
Peace out.
it's
Peace
too bad
out.
for me.
Henderson pretty much had to pay out of his own pocket to get out from
Are you
the club.
serious? He
I mean,
paid. Wow.
he had to. I think he put money down to get out of the club. So I mean,
Wow.
that's how you know things are going in, like for all these legends.
But then you have folks like Zidane, like Pep, I guess.
Let Zidane come and coach again now. Let him come and coach.
By the way, I
Why
was
is
proud
So
of that,
it's
but you have
smart
to give
now.
him respect.
It's smart now.
he has been out of a job for how many years now? More than 4 years, right?
It's smart. Yeah.
You know, you live when
Yep.
you're on top now. You don't.
You live
It's
when you're
smart.
like, come back
If
and
he
try
show you
another
a
team.
big, if he show
It's
you,
smart.
Let's see if they show you.
no, but
And Pep only goes where money is. Where money is. Like,
fact.
these people are smart. Like, go and build up a small team. Like Pep, I think Pep will
Money and
succeed.
structure. Money and structure.
I think Pep might succeed in a small team, but
No.
it's
No.
not been tested. It's not been
No,
tested.
so for Pep, right? Pep goes to a place where there's money and there's structure. Money is not enough for him. He needs structure. And that's why, let me just quickly segue a little bit. That's why I don't understand why Mr. Jose Mourinho, Mr. I'm Special, is taking up Polish challenge jobs. Like, poison, like, you know, like, this is poison. This club is trash. By structure,
I think
by money. Yeah?
Go ahead. Finish your point.
Yeah. So he goes to places where they have more money, they have problem with structure, or they have problem with money. For example, Roma, I saw their breakdown of the amount they bought the players this last transfer window. Ridiculous. Almost like 2 million. A lot of them are like maybe 3 loans, like 2 million. It's crazy. How do you challenge with that? So yeah, it's just one of those things.
But I think with like the reason why they are different is like for someone like Mourinho, right? Mourinho he started off in Porto, and Porto wasn't like I don't think Porto has that much money compared to like the likes of Madrid, United. You know, Porto is just a regular club. So I think Mourinho prefers that challenge compared to
Yeah.
Pep. That's just like, yo, you people should not stress me. Just bring the money, bring the organization.
And
Let's
I'll
put
win
money
for
here, put
you.
money here, and I'll win for you. Simple.
No, fact.
Mourinho wants to struggle. Like even when it was at United, it was like second place. It was like this is the best I've ever played in my life.
Yeah.
You know, like so he likes that.
Madness.
He likes that struggle to probably win. Like I think it's worth it for him compared to Pep, that serial winner but backed by money.
Yeah.
So now it's been linked to Napoli, and Napoli right now, anybody that takes Napoli job right now is going to fail. Right now, like there's nothing you can do. Like no matter how good you are, you're going to fail.
Oh, are you serious? Mourinho has been into Napoli.
Yes,
Sheldon,
yes,
Wow.
he's been to
are you saying
Napoli.
that you can't do Napoli? You football
No, I
manager
cannot do
like
Napoli.
you.
I cannot do Napoli.
Please.
Napoli is horrible right now because Spalletti, you won the league and the perfect person for that position, all because you could not, I don't know,
But they
so
haven't
differences,
they
and he
haven't they
left.
haven't sold so much, no? Like I mean Spalletti took the Italian job. Was he Italian? Yeah, Italian job, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He took the Italian job, and look at Italy. Like they play decent football, but they seem like they struggled a bit. They had
No,
like
so the thing
some
is,
rough patch.
some symbiosis, like right hand, left hand, wash your hands. Spalletti was perfect for what Napoli wanted to do in terms of how they want to play personnel and management. It worked for them. So how will you win the league previously, and next thing you are leaving that position? That shows how horrible the management is. The only way the person will leave is either the person dies or the person wants to retire. Say, I want to leave football. I'm tired of
Yeah, but
football.
you can say the same thing about like Zidane. Like he live on top, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he wanted to live on top,
Yeah.
so I
So
I, I
that's
don't
different.
think
So
I don't think that's a very good. Like
I
we
mean,
don't know if the structure is terrible in
no.
Napoli.
It's actually terrible. Yeah, it's terrible. You need to like read up on them. It's terrible right now. Like the owner is just touching. Well, anyways, that's our business because now they're like ninth or so. They're below. They are just 1 point or few points above Roma.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Mourinho wants to leave. He has left Roma obviously,
Yeah.
and he wants to go to Napoli. It doesn't even make any sense.
No,
But anyways,
but on Xavi,
yeah, I was
I
about to talk about
never
Xavi.
I never rated the guy as Barcelona coach. I never. There was just the guy who always complains about players that they're not giving 100%. But man, as a manager, you should be able to inspire your players to do something. Whether or not you saw the quality, the caliber of players that were there, and you went. So like you shouldn't be complaining. One, then two, they were not even playing good football under him. You have somebody as brilliant as Frankie De Jong. Well, at the time when Busquets was there, he was trying to play De Jong well, there was the issue of should you play De Jong, should you play Busquets? Like Frankie De Jong should be starting on any team. He was benching him for an almost crippled Sergio Busquets. Like, come on. So it was not something Barcelona should have done. They just did it because he's one of their legends, and I think for the club to move forward, let them just end this phase of their chapter and then try and get the Derby or somebody that plays progressive football and the players will actually listen to. So
You know what's funny?
Interesting.
what?
When Koeman was there, every day there was always bad reports about Koeman and Barcelona. Every day, all the things that Xavi got away with, Koeman didn't even get close, and they
Yeah,
sacked him because
yeah,
everybody was on him. The legends, the pundit press were like, "Oh, this guy is so bad, so bad."
yeah.
Okay, my favorite part of the show, everything AFCON. Have you been watching any of the games? Ayotunde, have you watched any of the games? Because you've not been on the show.
I watch.
Yeah,
Am I watching AFCON?
with
Oh, sorry.
with AFCON, yeah, I've seen a few games. Like the Nigeria game I saw. I think I caught the end of um Guinea versus the twin brothers don't have the same father and mother. Guinea versus Guinea versus Guinea. Is it
Equatorial
Guinea
Guinea.
Bissau or Equatorial Guinea?
Equatorial Guinea. Yeah. Don't make mistake. They will fight
those
you.
brothers, those brothers that don't want to claim their father and mother. So I think I watched that was a pretty good game with the last the goal in the 9 minute. Nigeria played good against who did we play?
Cameroon.
We played Cameroon, and that was also a very very good game. Like we locked it up like Kirikiri prison. So so it was a pretty very very we played very well. But they like the good thing about this AFCON is, even if I haven't really watched it as much, just looking at highlights and looking at the scores, there have been a lot of upsets, which is very, very unlike I mean from all the AFCONs I watch, it doesn't seem the people that are meant to win are the people that usually win. But this one, like you have like the giants, Senegal, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, all the people that I think they said the start was the teams in the top 30 or so, top 30 in the world. I think.
Okay, let me give you guys a quick facts. So, 5 African teams that went to the last World Cup are all out.
Wow.
The quarterfinalists from the last AFCON,
all 8 of them.
All 8 of them are out.
Yeah.
Wow.
The top 5 ranked African teams are out. All the teams that have lions in their name are out. then to top it all, they said in the past 7 editions, I'm not sure about that one, but someone said it. I need to check that one well. The finalists or the winners, the previous winners have not gotten past quarterfinals. So
interesting.
And all the big teams right now are out. So only Nigeria, in quotes, like football heritage. So with the way it's going, it looks like Nigeria is going to be out next. South Africa is going to be out next. Then who is there? Cote d'Ivoire, they are the hosts, so I kind of feel like they might just stumble their way to the finals because they have their good players back. So yeah, that's the fun fact.
I haven't watched too many matches at this AFCON, but
you're missing.
No, but I see highlights and clips on I was going to say Twitter, but X. I said I was never going to say that. Anyway, on that very, very popular social media platform. How about that? So first of all, the banter like from fans, top notch. Nothing can compare to the banter from AFCON from different across the different countries. Like every country is funny on that continent, and the hatred is what fuels people. Like hatred is what gets Africans up in the morning. Hatred for other African countries, it gets people up in the morning. But and then there have been some incredible goals, some fantastic football, like team plays, individual performances from the clips I've seen. So overall, man, it seems like it's been a fun tournament. I'll try from now on, because now that Nigeria is in quarterfinals, I'll now be more serious and more religious about
bad
watching.
luck.
Oh, you my bad luck. Now I'm going to bring oh no, I'm going to bring good luck. And the next match I watch for the full 90 minutes, Osimhen will score, and that's
so if we lose, I'm holding you responsible.
Yeah,
just know
you can.
So
but when we win, and Osimhen scores, we would say I'm responsible too.
No, because we're winning now, so it's not you.
What do you mean?
Osimhen has scored 1 goal already. Like it's not you.
No, Osimhen has not scored.
No, Osimhen hasn't scored.
Come
he
on,
scored. He scored 1 goal.
He has not scored.
He scored goals.
Which AFCON are you watching?
He scored with his head. Are you guys kidding me?
Which goal did he? Dude, he has not scored any goal.
He has scored 1 goal.
When
we've scored
in the group stages. He scored 1 goal. Jesus Christ! Are you guys kidding me?
Show me. They are playing. Stop playing.
They are tweaking.
Stop playing, Sean.
Are you guys kidding me?
Which AFCON are you watching on?
Are you kidding us? Are you whining us?
Which AFCON are you watching? Are you watching your AFCON on X?
What? You guys know he scored?
Go to Bean Sports.
I'm coming.
Okay, wait. The man is right.
Are you guys kidding me?
He scored our first goal against.
Yes, with his head. Yes.
Oh yeah. You're actually right. You're actually right.
Wow.
I thought Sean was actually messing around.
No, I'm serious.
Right,
he scored and he had assists.
Yeah, I remember that goal. It just clicked right now.
It's come to his head. I know.
Okay,
You
so
guys,
Obina, we don't need you then. We
he
don't
don't
need
need
you.
you. He has
Please
scored with his head.
do whatever you were doing before. Don't come and put sand in our Gary, man.
Chill, sorry,
He scored with his head.
sir.
Hey,
No, we're
God.
testing you.
You guys
Ayo, we're
please.
testing him now. Come on.
We're testing his knowledge.
Yeah, no,
So,
that's
so
you've been watching.
you're a true fan.
Well done.
speaking of Nigeria, right?
Mm.
Apparently, so I mean, we've seen it. There are no Nigerian referees in this AFCON, and
Really?
only two. Yeah, no Nigerian referees, and only two countries in the whole of this AFCON tournament. Only two countries have VAR.
See,
Wait, what?
Yes, only two countries have VAR in their leagues.
What?
no,
Oh, okay.
in their
I
league
thought
or
you
in
were.
the state, like, or in
I
their
thought
league.
you were talking about the
Oh wow.
yeah, that wow, that's very sad.
Yeah.
So you see, it's sad, right? But the refs have employed VAR to the best.
Yeah.
Like this is the best showcasing of VAR that we've seen. Even in all the leagues, World Cup, Euros, European leagues, this is the best showcasing we've seen.
Yeah.
And only two countries have VAR.
I mean,
So that means there's something that your leagues are doing or are choosing not to do
yeah.
to train the refs on how to use VAR. And fun fact, it doesn't take long for them to make decisions with the VAR. Highest 5 seconds, 10 seconds.
It's not. It shouldn't be that complex. It's this. Anyway, I've my gripe and issues with England and the Premier League are very, very well listed. So I don't want to get into those right now. But no, I mean, I plan on watching more of the of these knockout matches for AFCON. So and hopefully Nigeria can win. I'm watching on Friday.
Please don't watch, please.
I'll wear my Nigeria jersey, safe.
It's even worse. It's even worse. Anyways, that's for AFCON. AFCON, you guys watch if you can. Let's support our countries. I know we have a lot of hatred for each other, but Nigeria played Cameroon. We beat Cameroon, and Nigeria said, "Don't worry, Cameroon, don't worry. We don't want to banter you. We want to banter Ghana."
That was very funny, actually. The guy there was a clip I saw of one guy. He asked he went into a group into a chat room of Cameroonians. He said, "Did you people make mouth?" He asked. I'm like,
yeah. I listened to that one too. Like the guy said no. I thought he wasn't going to answer. I thought he wasn't going to answer. When the guy answered, I was like, wow. He said no.
Nigerians, man.
You are terrorists, man. How can you go and terrorize?
A whole country,
Right,
a whole country,
money
man.
too. Oh, God. But,
yes, so let's move on to our main topic for today, FFP. And we have our football businessman, Ayotunde in the house.
Please, again, like I said in my last podcast, not an expert, but I can provide some insight.
Nice,
So
nice.
let's hear you. Let's hear your insights.
So I guess with FFP, which area do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the Everton, Nottingham Forest, or just everything in general?
So Everton and Nottingham Forest, why is Everton being punished twice? Because they've been punished the first time and they're being punished for the same offense the second time. Nottingham Forest, obviously, because I feel like those ones they've had it coming, because when they got promoted, they went on a shopping spree, and we're all like, "What are you guys doing?" So it feels like the chicken has come home to roast. So
Yes.
and then I guess to add to that, and I so these two teams, and then why isn't Man City being punished, or why is it taking so long to adjudicate their case? Yeah.
So let's start off with Nottingham Forest. So in regards to Nottingham Forest, like according to FFP rules, each club is meant to lose about 35 million pounds every year. and they look at these numbers like 105, basically 105 million over a 3 year period. So, and with FFP rules, they don't take into account things like, if you have a women's team, they won't take that into account. If you do like a lot of community service, so basically all your expenses in like women's team, infrastructure, community service. I think a youth team is also part of it as well. If you have all of those things, like the money you're spending on those things, they wouldn't take that into account as your cost um, for that year. So that is exempt. So regards to Nottingham Forest. So Nottingham Forest came from, I think Nottingham Forest has been in Prem 2 years right now. Is that
Yes.
correct? 2 years.
Yes.
So they came from, I think they came in, this is 2023, 24. So they came, I think it's 3 years now, if I'm correct. So they came, let's say they came 2021, 22. They spent 2021, 22, 2022, 23, and then 23, 24. And please fact check me if I'm incorrect. But over the time that Nottingham Forest was actually, sorry, I stand corrected. It's 1 year. They've only been this is their second season
Second
in
year, this is the
Prem.
second season.
The second
Yeah.
season in Prem. So again, they take over a 3 year period. So for Prem teams, it's 35 million a year. For Division Two teams, I think, or what do you call them? It's 13 million a year. That's the difference. That's their FFP. So over a 3 year period for a team like Nottingham Forest, they've lost about. So if you think about, I think if you count the first 2 years, so 13, 13, that's 20, 26 plus another 35. So they're allowed to lose about 61 million in their 3 year period for FFP. Now, Nottingham Forest, like Sean said, they came in and the manager or the owner of the business was they need to get them up to speed. I think they spent like they bought 42 players last season or in the past, like, yeah, last season they bought about 42 players, which is ridiculous, which is like they spent so much money. But the way transfers work is if you buy a player for 50 million, for example, and you sign the player for 5 years, they amortize that 50 million into 5 years. So that means they break it down over five years. So that's 10 million a year. So just to summarize for Nottingham Forest, with all the transfers and everything, they went over that 65 million in that 3 year period that they were meant to, they meant to stay under 65 million, but they went over the 65 million. That's why they're in violation of FFP. And Nottingham Forest is not. I don't think I don't think they're arguing it. I think they are just okay. Like, yeah, we agree. We spend this money, and they're good with it. So Nottingham Forest is not really an issue. Now, let's go to Everton. With regards to Everton, like Sean mentioned, or maybe Obina, you also mentioned that as well. They've been charged the first time for violating FFP rules. So Everton's one is, I think they just have like very, very bad people managing the club. Like the people that are managing their money, they're not good managers at all. So the story goes that Everton, you know, what's his name, Morad Fashiri, or what's his name, the former the owner of the club, he loaned Everton, he loaned the club money for, they claimed it was for infrastructure. So basically, they were meant to be built. They're meant to build a new stadium, or they are trying to build a new stadium. And everything went to three people for loans. So they got the loan from the owner, which was interest free. They got a loan from two banks as well, which was, those two banks had interest. Into interest was added to that, and the way the Premier League sees interest is part of your cost that you're spending towards whatever you're spending it to. So when everything in the paperwork for those documents, right? Everything had listed, or the bank had listed that as, that the money was meant to be used for like salaries and stuff, not
Not for stadium.
not for stadium. So everything took that. They pretty much took that document and instead of and they changed it to say it was, basically for infrastructure stadium. So the Premier League saw that as, oh, you guys are doctoring these reports. You loan money that says it's for, you're using this money to pay for stadiums, but you're coming to us telling us that you're using this money for infrastructure. So if it was actually for infrastructure, that money wouldn't count towards FFP. But since it wasn't, in the original document, it wasn't for infrastructure, it counts towards FFP because you can't, because infrastructure, like I stated earlier, infrastructure is one of those things that is exempt from FFP. So
hold on. So they borrowed money for rebuilding stadium, and they wrote in their books as infrastructure. Building a stadium
yes.
infrastructure now.
Yeah, so the stadium is infrastructure, but the original thing they borrowed the money for was not for infrastructure.
So they use the money to pay salaries and wages.
Yes. So they were meant to use money for salary and wages, but then when they were submitting their financials they now changed it up and said, oh, we got this money for infrastructure. And Premier League was like, oh, this is very shady. You can't do that. So they were basically taxed. They were basically fined for that by, docking their points by 10. They docked their point 10 points. They gave them minus 10 points. Now, so what the argument now is, in the past 3 years, or the billing cycle for that was 2019, 2020, 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022. So those are the 3 years that that point deduction was what they were docked their points for, those 3 years. Now, the next 3 years, so their current charges, I think they submitted their financials last December for the 2020, so in 2024, so the 2022-2023 season, it was submitted in December 31st of last year. So if you walk back 3 years from that time, you also have that 2020-2021 season in this new charges. So Everton is complaining that, hey, we've already like been docked 10 points for those charges. Why are you charging us again? So this is where the whole argument is right now, and that's why they're still stuck on that.
That makes sense. So I read somewhere that if you go above the FFP line, FFP threshold, they divide that number by some number, then that's the amount of points they will dock from you.
Yeah, I think I've seen that somewhere, but I don't remember the calculation. I actually don't know the calculation. I remember. I don't know what the calculation is.
Yeah, so deduction. Yeah, so Everton had gone over that threshold, and they divided the number by that number, and the results of that were the points that were docked. So talking about that, so how has Man City been able to circumvent all this, and they have over 150 charges but against them?
So the thing is, they have 115, I think, 115 charges. So what that means is it's going to take them a long time before they can actually. I think it's going to take them a long time before they can actually fight the case. So Man City is saying, we have to file a case for every of those 115 charges. So they need time to, to put all their legal team together and all of that stuff. So I think there was a panel maybe this week or last week with the Premier League, the president or whatever the position is called, the top guy in Premier League, and he said that a date has been set, but he didn't state that in the panel. So it seems like at some point we'll hear more about Man City's case, but for now it just seems like they're flying under the radar. And for Man City, in the situation of Man City, I don't think it's I don't know what entirely that 115 charges are for, but I do not think it's completely a financial, FFP regulation, they didn't violate FFP. So that's why it's taking too long, or that's why nothing has been said about that. Because if they had violated FFP, they would have, automatically flagged them and given them, maybe deducted their points. But also Man City has power. They have the lawyers, they have money, so who knows? Maybe there are side conversations going on that is causing this to take longer than it should take for a decision to be made on Man City.
So you made mention about some people needing time. Is it Man City that needs time or EPL?
So Man City.
So EPL is allowing Man City the whole time to respond.
I mean, they're a big powerhouse. They have money, so you never know. You never know the extent to which Premier League is willing to give them leeway for this kind of to come to a decision. We don't know what's going on in the background.
That's crazy. So is it possible for, let's say, they succeed in getting Man City into somewhere to complete the charges and bring the charges forward against them? I don't want to say courts, but you cannot charge clubs to courts. So do you think the EPL will be strong enough to dock their points and, if possible, relegate them? I mean, if that results in that, and take their titles off them.
I don't know if honestly, I don't even think EPL has that, like the Premier League has that much power, if you ask me, because like something like this Man City thing, I think they should have like made a decision on it as quickly as possible. And from what I understand from the even the Everton ruling, it seems like they outsourced the ruling to somebody else that hired somebody else before they were able to make a ruling. So it's very confusing how much power EPL has. So I don't even know if they have that much power. So it's going to be very tricky to know if they would, if they do dock Man City's points, it's not going to be this season, obviously, because before like they even finish this second case for Everton and Nottingham Forest, is going to be sometime in May after the Premier League has finished. So Man City is going to be off the hook this year. They haven't even had the hearing yet, or so it's going to be a long time before, maybe not too long, maybe not this season, but could it be next season, maybe, before we can hear something about Man City's the decision they make on Man City. But for some reason, they're unable to make a decision quickly.
So someone said the reason, part of the issues the EPL has is the timing of when to bring those charges up, when to check the books. Because by the time you're checking the books, say at the beginning of the season, before you know it, you're already in the middle of the season.
Yep.
Or if you say you want to wait till the end of the season, then the season starts, and timing is doesn't just work well.
Yep. Yeah.
So I guess that's why
timing is very off, and that, like, even with this new process, with this new Everton ruling right now, they are trying to expedite. Everton is fighting it, so they're trying to expedite the case, and it's still going to take up until May, before they can have a decision. So it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while.
It's possible Everton relegates them. They cannot escape it because
if they find them guilty again, I don't know how many points they're going to give, but it is very possible. So they're still fighting the first case. So if they win that first case, if they win the first case, they could give them their points back. But if they do not win the first case, then you have the second case as well that's coming behind it. So they may not relegate this season, but they could also, if they stay up this season, they could also be hit with another charge early next season, which is maybe another point deduction. So that's
it might even be more. It might even be more because they are in quote unquote second-time offenders.
Yep, it might be more, but I mean, I don't think. Well, correct myself. I don't think it should be more. Like whatever calculation they use for the first point, I think they should use it for this second offense. If it's 10-point deduction, let it be 10-point deduction. Like Everton, I don't think Everton has ever relegated in Prem.
No, they've never been relegated.
They are one of those teams that have never relegated. So
Them and
they are the founding fathers of
EPL
of
or
EPL.
league football.
So
Them and Arsenal.
so
Haven't been
it's
relegated
going to
before.
be very interesting to see if they would actually relegate. But like I said, the club is badly run. You can't say you want to build a stadium. You've never been approved. You've not been approved for planning. You've already spent 50 million, and you haven't been approved for planning. Like, you haven't gotten a permit. You've already spent 50 million. Where's the money coming from? And you put it. So there are a lot of shady things going on. Or you haven't built a stadium. You're already trying to sell the rights to the stadium, the naming rights to the stadium to someone else. So very, very shady dealings that have been happening in Everton that
Questionable.
it's very questionable.
All right. We've come to that part of the show where we predict the games. So this time around, we'll be predicting EPL and AFCON. Let's start with EPL quickly. Everton, Tottenham. Unfortunately, starting the weekend. Everton, Tottenham.
Oh, their games tomorrow. Is that? Did you guys already predict Thursday games?
So by the time this podcast will come out, the games will have been played.
Got it. So Everton, Tottenham. Oh, I feel Tottenham is going to take that.
Okay, Tottenham. Okay, same here. But Everton's at home, same here. Brighton, Crystal Palace.
With Brighton's form right now, I can't even trust my Dzegbe. I can't trust Dzegbe again. I want to say Brighton will take this. Maybe it's probably going to end up like 2-1 or something, 2-1 or 3-1.
Remember, the two Nigerians are back and fit. So
yeah, but it's up to Hudson to decide if he wants to play them together. I don't know. Did they play together this week?
Yeah, yes. So anytime they play together, I doubt they lose. And they've one or the other has been injured this season. So now that they have their back together, I think he's going to play them. So that's why I'm going to pick Crystal Palace against Brighton because of those two gentlemen. Burnley, Fulham.
You know how I feel about Burnley.
they lost again against City. So.
I know. Yeah, I feel about that doesn't mean anything. You know how I feel about Burnley. I'm still surprised that man is still there. But Fulham to take this. Either Fulham takes it or it's gonna be a tie.
No, Fulham's winning this.
But I don't see Burnley winning in any situation.
Newcastle, Luton Town.
Newcastle is good. They're going to beat them. Luton, they don't know how to play away from home.
Yes.
That their small stadium they have a lot of advantage in that small stadium.
It's like Ivory for Arsenal then.
Yep.
Yeah, same here. Newcastle to win. Sheffield United, Aston Villa. Aston Villa needs to win. Aston Villa needs to come back.
Yeah, Aston Villa. I see Aston Villa winning this like 2-0 or 1-0.
Sheffield United is strong.
That's why I'm thinking 1-0. I'm leaning towards 1-0 because Sheffield is. But did Sheffield lose this week?
Yes, they lost, but very, very close. Very, very close.
I think Sheffield is strong, but I don't know. I think Aston Villa will take it.
I see a draw.
Okay.
I see a draw in that game. Let me see what's next.
I think on Sunday is Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest.
Yes, Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest. Bournemouth is on fire. So I don't know.
I think Bournemouth is going to take it this one because they are home. They have this thing they do from kickoff where they like pass the ball and the next thing Sri Lanka is already one-on-one with the post. So I think it's Bournemouth will take that one.
So that game might be a very high-scoring game or a very boring game. I'd have two extremes. So I feel Bournemouth will just edge it. It's going to be a very close one, but Bournemouth will edge it. Chelsea Wolves. Chelsea.
Well, as much as I want Chelsea to lose, they seem like the likely winners of that game.
Wolves.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Chelsea will take it.
Well, because it's at Stamford Bridge, I would say a draw.
But
Then,
that also depends on how they play United on Thursday.
yeah, Wolves, right?
So
Yes,
yeah.
yes. United, your club against another United, West Ham United. Before you answer that question, let me read out a quote from your manager. What's the difference between Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford's situation? Reply, Ten Hag. We can sort out everything internally. Jadon Sancho chose to go public. With that said, what is the prediction between Manchester United and West Ham United?
But how does that affect the what's it called? How does that affect the outcome of the game?
No, I'm just quoting, just giving you tidbits
Oh,
of
okay.
how hypocrisy works.
Yeah, I think that
About
is
hypocrisy.
I think that's very hypocritical from him. Me, I've always been on the side for the Jadon Sancho's for Sancho's situation. But at this point, I think I've had it with him. I'm over Ten Hag right now, so um,
We told you all, but you don't want to listen. But anyways, let's
with
predict.
this, I think West Ham to do the double over United this year.
Kudus is back.
Yeah, I think West Ham is going to do the double.
Yeah,
So
same here. Yeah. If I'm gonna win, and honestly, I think throughout this season, I predicted United winning maybe once or twice, and we lost that game. But when I say we're gonna win, or when I say we're gonna lose, we win. So this one, we're gonna lose. So we'll see. Then the game of the weekend, Arsenal Liverpool.
ah, the funny thing is Arsenal is at home, but
And they're struggling.
Liverpool,
They are struggling.
yeah, they are struggling too. And Liverpool has Jota. Jota is Arsenal's nemesis. I think Liverpool. Liverpool is
Liverpool.
going to. They are going on this. They're going to go. Anybody that meets Liverpool right now, like we're talking about earlier today,
It's
is in trouble.
unfortunate. Yeah,
They
unfortunate.
are going to. They are going to be on prime. The Last Dance Club.
Last dance.
Club. The Last Dance movie or documentary. So I think Liverpool will take it.
But funnily, Arsenal just has been able to kind of douse Liverpool's power. But as you said, Liverpool's going to win this. Even if it's for them to conjure mirage penalties, they're going to win it. Brentford,
Yeah.
Man City.
Man City now. That one is a
Don't be
no-brainer.
surprised. But,
No,
but, but what if
Man
what if they
City,
lose?
they won't
Man
lose.
City.
Man City cannot lose that game. Haaland is back. De Bruyne is back. The whole team is back. The whole squad is up. Nah, they can't
Okay.
lose that game.
Yeah. And in my same fashion last season, I said then towards the end, if City loses that game against them, they need to sack the body. They need to sack him. Okay, AFCON quickly. Nigeria, Angola.
Ah, penalties.
So who's gonna win it?
I think to go to
Who's
penalties
who's
and
who's going to semi-final?
ah, I feel like Angola.
I'm being patriotic now, Nigeria, but I'm scared of Angola because if you
Yeah,
go by the way the script has been this AFCON, and mind you, Angola has beaten us twice at crucial points in your past meetings. So yeah, I'm scared of Angola. But let me just be patriotic. If Obina watches that game, we're losing. If he doesn't watch, we'll win. Congo, Guinea. DR
yeah.
Congo, DR Congo.
DR
Because
Congo.
you have to put you
Who
have to
did
put
DR
that.
Congo? They beat who did they beat out? Who?
So let me check. I can't remember. I think I didn't watch that game. I didn't watch that game. So Congo beat. So the last game. Let me see. Yeah, Burkina Faso. Yes.
Uh, um. Yeah, I think who they play? Congo, Guinea. I think Guinea will take it.
Guinea.
Guinea seems like
Actually,
a stronger team.
I think I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Hold on. Let me check something. How come I? Okay, so yes, I'm wrong. So Guinea beat Egypt. Was it Guinea that? No, sorry. Congo beat Egypt on penalties. Then Guinea beat Equatorial Guinea. Yes, I remember. Yes, I
So
remember that.
DR Congo beat Egypt. Yes, I think it was Egypt.
Yes, 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 yes. They did. They did on
Yeah.
penalties. So, so what's your prediction? Say who's winning?
I think Guinea will take it.
Guinea. Okay, same here because of experience.
Yeah.
Guinea. Guinea seems to be a stronger team. So the next day, Mali against the host.
Um, I haven't seen Mali enough, so and Ivory Coast is not equally as strong, but they played a very good game against who did they play? Against Senegal. They look very
Yes,
electric.
yes.
Um, so I want to say like with the backing of their country, probably Ivory Coast, and Ivory Coast seems like the stronger on paper. They seem like the stronger team.
And I mean they become stronger. They become
Yeah.
stronger. They become stronger. Um, I want to give Mali, but that home advantage. If Ivory Coast beats Mali, Ivory Coast is going all the way to the final. That's my prediction. Cape Verde, South Africa.
Verde, man, Cape Verde. Those
But
guys
you know,
are those guys
but
are on
South,
form.
but South Africa is playing good football too, though. So
Please,
don't.
please, please. I think Cape Verde is my outside of Nigeria. They're my team to watch.
Everybody's still. Anyways, so my prediction, I think it's going to be a very tight game. South Africa. I pick South Africa.
The producer thought, okay.
Yeah, South Africa is playing like they're really playing good football. Anyways, thank you. We've come to the end of the show. Thank you everyone for listening.
Yeah.
Thank you, our in-house football business analyst, Ayotunde, and finally found Obina on the streets of America. Finally found him. So until next time, until the next episode, keep supporting Manchester United. Pray for us. We have some semi-new owners. Pray for us to put our house in order.
Always, always. They're always in my prayers.
Mm.
Always.
Thank you,
Thanks for having me.
and yes, and goodbye.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.